Trump's approval on gas prices has hit rock bottom amid the rising costs and GOP fractures and, of course, the Iran war that is sparking backlash. President Donald Trump is now facing sharp decline in public confidence over the rising gasoline prices. A new poll shows his approval rating on the issue has fallen to just 28%. 65% disapprove of Trump's policy over the rising gas prices. Now, the survey was conducted in early April this year, and it highlights broad public concern as 87% of the respondents say that gas prices are rising, including 60% who believe that the increase is significant. Divisions are emerging within the Republican ranks. Non-MAGA Republicans are more likely to disapprove of Trump's handling of the situation. A majority of the Americans are blaming the conflict involving Iran for surging fuel costs. Nearly half of the Americans also hold Trump and the congressional Republicans responsible. Donald Trump's recent rhetoric towards Iran, suggesting an end of a civilization, has drawn sharp criticism from the Republicans. Republican Texas Representative Nathaniel Moran stated that he does not support the destruction of a whole civilization and distanced himself from the president's remarks. Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski offered the sharpest rebuke. She called Trump's rhetoric an affront to the ideals of America and warned that it undermines America's global role and could endanger Americans at home as well as abroad. Now, pressure on Trump is increasing in Washington even after the sudden announcement of a 2-week ceasefire. More than 85 Democratic lawmakers have called for action against the U.S. president, with some even urging impeachment and others pushing for the invocation of the 25th Amendment. Despite the temporary truce with Iran, many Democrats have made it clear their demands are not going away. The backlash has not been limited to the United States. Global leaders have weighed in as well, and they've sharply criticized the language used by Donald Trump. Australia's Prime Minister and the French Foreign Minister have warned, and even Pope Leo has said that such rhetoric is inappropriate and risks escalating tensions further. But remember, this is not the first time when Trump has faced dissent and impeachment threats. During his first term as well, he was impeached twice by the House of Representatives, first in 2019 over his dealings with Ukraine, and then again in 2021 following the Capitol attack. He was acquitted by the Senate on both occasions. Barely 2 days into the ceasefire, concerns are growing over the fate of the upcoming America-Iran talks, as the divide between both the sides is now getting more pronounced with every passing hour. A day earlier, the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had formally announced that a negotiating team led by the U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance will visit Islamabad later this week. She also said that he will be accompanied by the Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, who've conducted the pre-war negotiations with Iran. While Leavitt declared that the first round of talks will be held on Saturday morning local time, Tehran is yet to confirm this. However, Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Sayyad Khatibzadeh told the media that an Iranian delegation is now heading toward Pakistan's capital. As per reports, the country's parliament speaker, Mohammad Ghalibaf, is likely to head the delegation. Ahead of these talks, Pakistani authorities declared public holiday in Islamabad and Rawalpindi on Thursday as well as on Friday to ensure security. The police has locked down a 3-kilometer zone surrounding the 5-star Serena Hotel in Islamabad, where delegations from both the countries are likely to stay. Reports indicate that all current guests in this hotel have been asked to check out until Sunday. Will this ceasefire last? That's the question. In a sign that things are not going as per the plan, Donald Trump has resorted to threats once again. He's vowed no let-up in America's military strength around Iran. In fact, according to him, U.S. and Israel will resume bombing Iran unless it complies with the real agreement reached. However, the question remains, what is this agreement that is being talked about? While Donald Trump claims that America will work with Iran to remove the enriched uranium buried during last year's strikes, Tehran's version is different. Iran's Supreme National Security Council has claimed that the US had agreed to its right to enrichment of uranium. After America refuted this, Iran's Atomic Energy Organization head Mohammad Islami reiterated that the right to enrich uranium is necessary for any ceasefire agreement with the US. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian described Israel's aggression against Lebanon as a violation of the initial ceasefire agreement. He said, and I quote him, "Our hands will remain on the trigger." Pezeshkian also added that continuation of Israel's attacks will render negotiations with America meaningless. In fact, this is not all. Ghalibaf has accused the US of violating 3 clauses of its 10-point proposal. This included violation of Iranian airspace by an intruding drone and denial of the country's right to enrichment, stressing that Lebanon is an inseparable part of the ceasefire. He's warned that the ceasefire violations carry explicit costs. On the other hand, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that the IDF was ready to return to battle in Iran at any moment.
We still have objectives to complete, and we will achieve them, either through agreement or through renewed fighting, because we are ready to return to battle at any moment required. Our finger is on the trigger.
Meanwhile, in a strong symbolic gesture, Pezeshkian joined a rally marking 40 days of mourning for Iran's former supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Thousands of Iranians across cities hit the streets, taking part in similar ceremonies across the country. Highway journeys in India are likely to become faster now and less stressful across the country. As starting the 10th of April, the Indian government has announced that toll plazas on national highways will no longer accept cash payments, pushing travellers toward fully digital transactions via the UPI. The Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, through an official Gazette notification, has made it clear that while FASTag will remain the primary mode of toll payment for those who arrive at toll plazas without a valid FASTag, there's still an option to pay via UPI. But such commuters will now have to pay 1.25 times the applicable toll fee, making digital compliance not just convenient but necessary. Now, this decision likely targets one of the biggest pain points for daily travellers, which is long queues at toll plazas. According to the ministry, vehicles using electronic toll collection currently take an average of just 40 seconds to pass through a toll gate. The all-digital payment move is likely to reduce this time even further and ensure smoother traffic flow and faster crossings. The scale of this transition is massive. Just to put that into perspective, India has around 1,160 toll plazas operated by the NHAI, which are spread across a road network that stretch over 63 lakh kilometers, the second largest in the world. And of this, national highways alone account for over 1,46,000 kilometers. The numbers also reveal how deeply toll systems are embedded in everyday travel. According to the Indian government, in the financial year 2024-25, the NHAI toll agencies collected approximately 28,800 crore rupees, or around $3.5 billion US. So for millions of road commuters across India, this latest policy shift could practically change the way they travel on a daily basis.